I'm gonna. Hello? Hello, everybody. We will be going over one of the most boring topics there are. Now, do not bug me that I'm a story maker. I don't care what you say. I'm going over the story. We're making a story, and I need your guys' help. Please help me. You need to help me make the story, basically. I need your guys' help. It's basically Nature Man, basically Aquaman, but different. He can control all of nature. I don't know what to do. How did I spell giant and storm so wrong? That makes no... Don't blame me. I'm only in the 4th grade. So what I think mortified means is like scared. We're gonna need Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, whatever. What does oh. Hold on. Real quick, you guys, I'm gonna do something, so don't worry. Let's see if anybody sees this. I'm gonna get off in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Back to this. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I need you guys to, everybody that's watching this, if you're watching this during the live stream or after the live stream, which is now going to be a video, I need you guys to help me to come up with new ideas, okay? Seems good? Good. Anyways. And I don't talk while I make books, so sorry if that's a little quiet. The book that I'm making is called Nature Man. It's basically about a boy that was born and he had the powers to control the earth and he can't control the weather, sadly. He can only control the plants and animals and stuff. That's the only thing he can control. He can't his name is Justin, but he can't control weather and stuff. Anyways, Victor. Matthew, are you still there? If you want me to read one of my other stories, I can. I'm just doing this. Okay. Is it getting boring? Sorry if it's boring. I just wanted to do something because I didn't want to feel like that I'm lazy and I'm lazy. Do you want me to read the other book that I made earlier? I didn't want to be lazy and not make another live stream because I want to try to make more and more videos, but I have school and, you know. Hold on. See you? Okay. Alrighty, I'll go ahead, read my other book. It's called The Runaway Train. Runaway Train by Carlito Carmona, 6:12 a.m., July 21st. Omega Rail Yard, ORY, Chapter 1, Runaway. At the ORY, there were lots and lots of freight trains. Sorry about that. My sister was in the room and I didn't want her to make any noise. Plus, we had to talk. Anyways, at the ORY, there were lots and lots of freight trains. Bzz, bzz. Come in, Carter. What are you doing? The walkie-talkie said. Dealing a 777. Why? Carter replied. I need to uncouple the train cars. There's way too many. You have 39. That's half a mile long, Carter's friend said. Fine, Carter replied. But then he started to, Dude, what are you doing? He said. Didn't you uncouple the train cars? Carter asked. No, the man replied. Aiden, I thought you did. I'm so sorry, Carter replied. Then noticed the trucks were going the wrong direction. Dude, I have to get out of the train to switch the tracks, Carter said. Carter slowed the train down and left the door open. Luckily, he got to switch the tracks. But the wind blew the door closed and put the locomotive at high speed. Carter forgot to mention there were no air brakes, Aiden said. Dude, Carter yelled at the walkie-talkie. Carter chased the train like if it were a kid with a dangerous weapon. Then he tripped. Darn, Aiden said. It's okay, Carter said. Chapter 2, New Friends. Honey, a woman yelled. I'm coming, a man yelled. Thanks for breakfast, Gwen, the husband said. Mommy, Jason said. Yes, sweetie, Gwen asked. I'm going to ride a train for a field trip, Jason replied. Great, Gwen replied. Daddy has to go to work now. Yes, I do. Chris, which is the dad, said. Chris got to a taxi to get to work. Where are you going to? The taxi driver asked. I'm going to, oh yeah. I need to go to the Oak Rail Yard, please, Chris replied. Okay, the taxi man said. They drove to the place they drove to the place where Chris works. So I'm just going to put okay, just pretend that's there. Chris got off the taxi and went outside. It's chilly outside, Chris said. I know. A man named David was the boss of the building. Saying your name here and you're ready to go, David said. Alrighty, Chris said. He saw his other driver. If you're confused on this part, they're having a little chat. They're already having a little chat, okay? Then I said, dude, give me the give me the burger and I'll give you the $10. A man named Jack was sitting with a bunch of people. Their names were Brandon, Bladen, Tyree, and two girls who were teachers, Miss Brown and Miss Burns, for short. Hey, I'm Chris, Chris said. I'm Jack, he replied. They went outside to get the locomotive they needed. Chapter 3, 1206. Which train do we need? Chris asked. We need 1206, Jack replied. You mean the blue locomotive over there? Chris said. Jack rolled his eyes and nodded yes. They got in the train and saw so many buttons and levers. There were labels saying emergency brake, throttle, and others. Chris, we gotta get out of here, Jack said. Why? He replied. Well, it's not late. It's 7:45, Jack said. Okay. They left the rail yard with no cars. Now, if it's 7:45 a.m. there, 6:12. Wow, it's been like already an hour in this book. They left the yard with no cars. Chris looked out the window while Jack was driving the locomotive. How many times have you driven a train? Jack asked. 13, maybe 11 or 12, Chris replied. Chris was getting bored, but there was nothing to do. So 7:45, we jumped to 7:53 a.m., July 21st. Chapter 4, Big Crashes. Reporting news, runaway train on northbound tracks at full throttle with no air brakes, the news reporter said. Beep, the TV turned off. How in the world are we supposed to stop that train? A girl named Aubrey said. She was in charge of the Western Illinois Railway. How about put a train in front of it to slow it down, Jacob said. If you're confused, I accidentally forgot to put another guy named Jacob. Okay? Sorry if I forgot to put that in. Who would do that? Aubrey replied. The government. Put the news on, Jacob said. Fine, she replied. We are going to stop the locomotive with another locomotive, the news reporter said. They should engine and engineer 756, 757, and driver Noah. The locomotive was gray. The engine blared its horn and left. 777, 767 is now behind locomotive 756 and 757. The news reporter said, the train 777 hit the coupling of the back locomotive of 757. Screech! Noah applied the brakes. Sparks bursted around the wheels. They have switched the tracks to get the runaway train off the main line, the reporter said. Noah hit the throttle to normal and quickly switched and accidentally applied the emergency brakes on. Oops, Noah said. He jumped out of the locomotive as the train leaned off the tracks. Bam! The train bursted into flames and exploded. Noah was soon picked up by a helicopter. Aubrey was silent. The end. The TV was turned off. Aubrey ran into the bathroom. She said to herself, I failed over and over again. All of the crossings were down, even though there were no trains. Stop, there's a train coming, a cop said. Ding, 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 ding. The crossing bells were on and going down. A trailer truck with horses was stopped, but then something happened. A car had the radio on and didn't see the cop telling him to stop. He rammed into the back of the trailer and making it crash, through the crossing gate. Aubrey turned the news back on. As soon as she saw the truck on the tracks, she knew there was trouble. The train was coming at full speed. Someone turned the other TV on. Reporting news. Why do we need to stop this train, Corbin? I asked. If it crashes, it will blow up because it is carrying tons of flammable liquid. So that means if it makes it to Staten Curve, that place with power plants all around it, it'll be bad. Corbin said, beep. The television turned off. They looked back at the other TV. Forgot to add that, sorry. The trailer driver got the horses out and on the road. Bam! The train hit the trailer. Forgot to add that in too. Yeah, this is based off of, if you go all the way down to the end, this in the facts area, it says this book was based off of a movie and true events. Sorry for spoilers. So it's supposed to be like this, okay? The train hit the trailer. Chapter 5, Jacelyn's passenger train. Jacelyn's class was exciting. Her best friend, Ren, was sitting next to her. The class was looking out the window. Ren, why is the train so slow? Jacelyn asked. I don't know, Ren said. The crossings went down as the train sped up. Miss Burns, their teacher, asked them, what do we do at a railroad crossing? Stop, look, and listen, the class shouted. Down the line was a red light. That meant there was another train on the same track. Their driver, Miss Barnes, was controlling the train. Nope, don't want to do anything there. Was controlling the train. We're switching you off to on a different track because there's another train on the line, Abria said. Got that, she replied. The track was switched. Miss Barnes saw the red light. She slowed the train down as she got into the siding. The class was confused. As they looked out the windows, 777 flew past them. The class watched as Miss Burns was confused as well. The train flew past them as what seemed in 1 second. Jacelyn's train ride continued. Chapter 6, Connecting Cars. 1206 was at their destination. We need to go to Omega Rail Yard, Chris said. They connected 22 rail cars. Chris had to make a call. It was going his way. Let's go, Jack said. Chris got back on the train. Jack looked back. The sign says we're only allowed to have 21 train cars. Jack exclaimed. So, Chris said, we have 22, Jack replied. They continued on. Chapter 7, try again. Jacelyn was home early and turned the TV on. Reporting news. Runaway train terrorizes populated area on the northbound tracks. Residents have one more trick up their sleeve, the reporter said. A man named Brandon was on now TV. So here's the plan. We have a plywood ramp with TNZ before it. So the runaway train... Oh, you have to eat? Okay. Okay. TNT before it. So the runaway train hits the TNT, blowing it up while it hits the ramp. So the plywood ramp derails the train. When the TNT comes in action, the TNT blows up the train into thousands of pieces, Brandon explained. Everyone was backing up because of the TNT. 3, 2, 1, Brandon said. Bam! The runaway train hit the TNT, which blew up the plywood ramp. Brandon said. The train has survived the dynamite, the reporter said. Chapter 8, Chicken with the Train. 1206, come in. 1206, are you there? Jacob asked. Yeah, what is it? Jack asked. You have an unmanned train coming your way, Jacob replied. We're switching you onto a siding. All right, Jack said. Chris looked forward. He saw 777, 767. At least get 10 cars on the siding and then pull in the others, Jacob said. Will do, Chris replied. Helicopters following the train. Chris looked up in shock. They switch onto the They switched onto the siding as Jack slowly pulled the emergency brakes. And there we go. We will have that as a cliffhanger. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'll see you guys later. Bye.